Are you making an effort every day to manage your blood sugar? And yet, some of you may find that your HbA1c levels just don't seem to drop. If you stay with me until the end, you will learn the key secrets to effectively managing your HbA1c levels. The surprising fact about basal metabolic rate that I'll introduce at the end is something many people don't know, so you won't want to miss it. When you have diabetes, the first step is to accurately understand the indicator known as HbA1c. This value is a crucial indicator that shows your average blood sugar status over the past 2 to 3 months. It measures the degree to which glucose in the blood has bound to the hemoglobin in red blood cells. The longer red blood cells are exposed to high glucose levels, the more glycated hemoglobin is formed. The reason this number is so important is that it objectively shows your long-term blood sugar management, not just a momentary snapshot. A hormone called insulin acts as a key that transports glucose into our body's cells. Good insulin sensitivity means that cells can efficiently absorb glucose with only a small amount of insulin. Conversely, with insulin resistance, no matter how much insulin is secreted, cells fail to take in glucose properly, keeping blood sugar levels consistently high. The factors that cause insulin resistance are deeply embedded in our daily lives. Excessive calorie intake, abdominal obesity, lack of physical activity, chronic inflammation, and persistent stress all work together. Since everyone's response to insulin is different, it's best to accurately understand your own condition and manage it in a personalized way. First up are abdominal obesity and being overweight. This is not just a matter of appearance. Fat tissue, especially visceral fat, actively secretes hormones that cause insulin resistance. It interferes with insulin's ability to function properly in the liver and muscle tissues. Research has shown that people in the pre-diabetic stage can reduce the risk of developing diabetes by 54% just by losing 7% of their body weight. This result was achieved through consistent effort over a 6-month period. Losing weight isn't just about reducing a number, it's a process of fundamentally improving your body's metabolic function. Everyone knows that exercise helps with blood sugar management. However, many people don't know what kind of exercise to do or how to do it. An interesting finding emerged from a meta-analysis study published in 2013. It found that combining aerobic and resistance exercises was more effective at improving insulin sensitivity than doing either one alone. Resistance training increases muscle mass to boost basal metabolic rate, while aerobic exercise provides immediate calorie burn and improves cardiovascular health. These two work in synergy to maximize your blood sugar control capabilities. Exercise is not just a means for weight loss, it's a crucial habit that resets your body's metabolic system. The second thing to focus on is stress management. Most people underestimate stress. Stress has a particularly significant impact on people with diabetes. When we're stressed, our bodies release hormones called cortisol and glucagon. These hormones stimulate glucose production in the liver and simultaneously interfere with the effects of insulin. A study published in the National Library of Medicine proved that chronic stress directly reduces insulin sensitivity. Stress hormones lead to weight gain, especially abdominal obesity, which in turn creates a vicious cycle that worsens insulin resistance. How do you relieve stress? Is it perhaps by watching TV or scrolling through your smartphone? When you watch TV or use your smartphone, you tend to do it lying in bed or sitting on the sofa. This kind of habit is actually counterproductive. Lying or sitting without moving for long periods hinders blood sugar control and creates new stress. Effective stress management is achieved through active pursuits. Yoga and meditation lower cortisol levels and activate the parasympathetic nervous system. Regular massages relieve muscle tension and reduce stress hormones. A light walk or stretching are also excellent ways to relieve stress. The third point is the importance of sleep. Not getting enough sleep doesn't just end with feeling tired. A surprising fact was revealed in an experiment conducted by a research team at the University of Chicago. when they compared a group that slept for only 5 hours a day with a group that slept for 8 hours. The sleep-deprived group showed a significant decline in insulin sensitivity and blood sugar control. Lack of sleep disrupts our body's hormonal balance. Ghrelin, the hormone that increases appetite, rises, while leptin, the hormone that makes you feel full, decreases. The immune system weakens, metabolic function declines, and the risk of type 2 diabetes and its complications increases sharply. However, most people today are sleep deprived. Often it's not by their own choice. But there's hopeful news for those who lack sleep on weekdays. It's a study published by the University of Colorado. They discovered that catching up on sleep over the weekend can restore insulin sensitivity. When participants who were typically sleep deprived slept for more than 10 hours on the weekend, their impaired glucose homeostasis was restored and their insulin sensitivity improved to normal levels. Of course, getting enough sleep every day is ideal, but even sleeping sufficiently on weekends can be a great help for blood sugar management. The fourth and most crucial for blood sugar control is diet management. Chronic inflammation is one of the major risk factors for diabetes. To reduce this chronic inflammation, it's important to eat vegetables and fruits rich in antioxidants. Phytochemicals like carotenoids, flavonoids, resveratrol, saponins, isoflavones, and glucosinolates protect cells and improve insulin sensitivity. These antioxidant compounds do more than just reduce inflammation. They improve blood vessel health, reduce oxidative stress, and enhance the function of insulin receptors on cells. This is why eating a colorful rainbow diet of various vegetables and fruits is so important. Fiber is a special nutrient that is not digested by our bodies. It's this very characteristic that plays a major role in blood sugar management. This is because it slows down digestion, which in turn slows the rate at which glucose is absorbed into the bloodstream. It acts as a natural regulator, preventing sharp spikes in blood sugar after meals. A study of 264 women found that the intake of soluble dietary fiber significantly reduced insulin resistance. Soluble dietary fiber serves as food for beneficial gut bacteria, improving the gut microbiome. A healthy gut microbiome produces short-chain fatty acids, which also contribute to increasing insulin sensitivity. The fifth point is basal metabolic rate, BMR. Many people get frustrated when they don't lose weight despite working out hard, but there's an important fact hidden here that many people don't know. Of the total calories we burn, the amount burned through exercise, our activity metabolism, is smaller than you might think. Instead, our body's basal metabolic rate, BMR, the energy used for basic life-sustaining functions like heartbeat, breathing, maintaining body temperature, cell regeneration, and brain activity, accounts for 60% to 75% of total energy expenditure. Even the energy burned by a professional athlete during a workout isn't much more than the BMR consumed by an average person's internal organs. Organs like the liver, brain, heart, and kidneys are consuming a tremendous amount of energy 24/7 without rest. If you increase your BMR, you will burn more calories even while at rest. This doesn't mean you shouldn't exercise. Regular resistance training increases muscle mass, which boosts your BMR. Additionally, adequate sleep balances hormones to optimize your metabolic rate. Sufficient water intake is also important. Simply drinking water can temporarily boost your metabolic rate, and a protein-rich diet makes your body burn more energy during digestion. Foods that raise body temperature, such as spicy foods containing capsaicin, ginger, and cinnamon, can also help increase BMR. So far, we have looked at effective ways to lower your HbA1c, weight management, exercise, stress control, adequate sleep, a diet rich in antioxidants and fiber, and ways to increase your BMR. All of these elements are interconnected. Try implementing them one by one slowly. Don't try to change everything perfectly at once. Start with small changes. How about starting by adding a 10-minute walk to your daily routine or going to bed 30 minutes earlier? These small changes will accumulate and create a big difference in your blood sugar management. Diabetes is a manageable condition. If you consistently practice the methods shared today, your HbA1c levels will surely improve.